Now, we'll be talking about reflection of light. Now, under this aspect, don't forget, when we're talking about the reflection of light, I'll use the plane mirror as an example. Now, plane mirror, the mirror you use in your room that you use to view yourself. Now, have you ever wondering when you place yourself at the front of the mirror, at the front of the plane mirror shows your image in it. Now, the thing is that the plane mirror shows your image on it because you observe that there is a side of the plane mirror that is silvered, or let me say the reflecting surface, the reflecting side of the mirror, and the other side is covered. The other side of the plane mirror is covered, and that is when we are talking about mirror. Mirror, we have one side to be reflecting side and one side to be what? To be covered, like it will not reflect. One side will not reflect and one side will reflect. Now, have you ever asked yourself, why is it that when you place yourself at the front of the plane mirror, your image shows? This is due to the principle of reflection. Why? When you place yourself here, the light propagates itself on the plane mirror, then reflects back to your surface. Now, when it reflects, then it shows your what? Your image on the what? On the mirror. And that is why when you place yourself at the front of the plane mirror in the darkness, you can never see your image because there is no light. Now, that is why reflection is the sending back of the what? Of the light rays. When there is an incident of light to the surface here, it's reflected back. So when light falls on the surface, it's reflected, absorbed, or transmitted. So when a light approaches a smooth surface like a plane mirror surface, then it bangs back on the what? On the person at the front, and that is the process we call reflection on the what? Reflection of light. Now, under this reflection, we have types of reflection of light. The types of reflection of light. I'll be talking about the two types. Number one, I'll be talking about the regular reflection, and number two, I'll be talking about irregular reflection. Now, regular reflection can also be known as specular reflection, specular, whereby irregular reflection can also be known as diffuse reflection. Now, what's the difference between the two? If you're saying regular and you're saying irregular, now if you see this, regular reflection occurs on a smooth surface. This one occurs on a smooth surface, but irregular reflections occurs on a rough surface. At a rough surface. That's the difference between the two. Now let me now explain. You have a surface like this, and you have another surface like this. And what do we call reflection? Let me explain reflection first. If there's a wall here or there's a barrier here, if you have an incident ray like this, a light incident from what? From the source of light to the wall, to the barrier here, it's reflected back. So that means reflected ray is sending back, but incident ray is from the what? From the source of the light. Now let us see this one. If the light is reflected like this, produces and a reflected ray like that. That is, if you have incident ray like this, then reflected like this. Another one, you can have another one like this, incident like this, then to reflect like this. Another one, you can have one like this, incident, then reflected like this. Now you observe that this happens because this happened on the what? On a smooth surface. and we'll call this regular reflection. But if you say this irregular reflection now, irregular reflection occurs on a rough surface. So because of this can occur like this and have like this. You can have the incident ray like this and you have the reflected ray. Even another one can be propagated like this, in which the reflected ray will be like this. Another one can be incident like this. Sorry, that's to be smooth. Another one can be propagated like this, in which the reflected ray can even go like this. So therefore, the one that occurs on a rough surface is called irregular reflection. But this one like this is called the regular reflection. And this is the difference between the regular reflection and irregular reflection. Now, when you are talking about the reflection is like this. I told you the incident ray like this, which is I. There's the incident ray, and there will be reflected ray like this. So this is the incident ray and this is the reflected ray. And at a particular point at which they meet, there's something we call normal. So that means there's a point here which is P. This P is called point of reflection. Point of reflection. So there is an angle here. There is an angle here. So it is this angle we called I, which is incident angle or angle of incident. And this one here is called the angle of what? Reflection. We can call it reflection angle. And this will lead me to laws of reflection. Now, what is laws of reflection? The laws of reflection, laws, let me start. Laws of reflection. Now, what is the laws of reflection? The first one says the incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal all lie in the same plane. Now, if you see this, it's obvious. This is the incident ray coming like this. And this is the reflected ray coming from this point of reflection. And this is the normal at the middle. Now, if you see it very well, they said all lie at the what? At the same plane, which is obvious. Can you see now? So the incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal all lies at the what? At the same plane. That is the first law. Now, law 2. So with that structure, you are good to state the laws of reflection of what? Of light. The second one says the angle of incidence. The angle of incidence, which is I, is equal to the angle of reflection, which is I. The angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection, which is R. So therefore, if you check this very well, that shows that what we are talking about in this place is that the angle that is here is the same thing as the angle that is here. And that's why we say the angle of incidence is the same thing as the what? Angle of reflection. These are the two laws of what? Of reflection. And the next aspect that we talk about is the plane mirror. Now, what is plane mirror? Now, if I want to talk about the plane mirror, I can use the kind of mirror you use in your room as an example. The kind of mirror you use to view yourself inside your room, you use for your dressing. Now, I can use it as an example. Now, number one, I will talk about the characteristics. The characteristics of plane mirror. Now, what are the characteristics of the plane mirror? Number one, or let me say the characteristics of the image formed by the plane mirror. The characteristics of the image formed by the plane mirror. I'll be using this space to give you the illustration. Assuming you are the one here, this is the object that is placed at the front of the mirror. Don't forget, this is the reflecting side of the mirror. This is the reflecting side of the mirror. Now, can you see that whenever you place yourself at the front of the mirror at home, you observe that the image that will be formed as well will be what? Let's say this is the object. The image that will be formed as well will be definitely stand upright the same way you are standing. And if the image is standing the same way you are standing, that shows that it is what? It is inverted. So that shows that the image that is produced by the plane mirror is what? Is inverted. You know, I told you that inverted image means upside down, or it means it will be erect rather. It's supposed to be erect. Sorry, it's not, because inverted means upside down, but erect means upright. It will be upright. If it is erect, it will be what? It will be upright. But inverted means upside down. So it will be what? It will be erect, that is upright. Now, if it is erect, don't forget it will be virtual, because it is produced behind the what? Behind the mirror. If you can see, the image is produced behind the mirror. So it will be what? It will be virtual. And let me say, the same thing is that the distance between here to this place, that is, you know, the distance from the mirror to the object is u, and distance between the image to the mirror is what? Is v. Distance from the mirror to the object is u. Distance from the mirror to the image is v. Now, this object's distance and the image distance is the same under plane mirror. Now let's talk about the first one. The first one, that the image that is produced is always erect. And I told you that the meaning of erect means it will be upright. The same way, when you place yourself at the front of the mirror in your room, you observe that it will not be upside down. It will not give you the upside down it will not give the upside down of your image. It will give the what? The exact, like the way you are standing. Now that's upright. And at the same time, it will give you a virtual image. A virtual image, if you can see, the image will be formed behind the what? Behind the mirror. So it gives a virtual image. Number 3, I told you that the image size and the object size are the same. The image size and the object size are the same, or let's say they are equal. So the object's height like this, that is, we can say hi and what is equal to what? H naught. The image height and the object's height and the image height must be what? Must be the same. Or the image size and the object size must be what? Must be the same. Number 4 I talk about is that the object's distance and the what? And the image distance must also be what? Must also be the same. They are what? They are equal. They are also equal. The image distance and the object distance should also be what? Should also be equal. And number 5, they are laterally inverted. Laterally inverted. So it produces laterally inverted images. Laterally inverted images. Laterally inverted images. And lastly, I'll be talking about the uses of plane mirror. Number 1, the uses of plane mirror is used as dressing mirror. Number 2, it can be used as a side vehicle driving mirror. Number 3, it can be used in sextant. It can be used in sextant. Now, sextant is just an instrument for finding angle of elevation of the sun. That is the meaning of sextant. So it is an instrument used for finding the angle of elevation of the sun. And this sextant uses to mirror. It uses to mirror. Number 4. It can be used as an optical lever. Number 5. It can be used in kaleidoscope. Now, it can be used in what? In kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope is just like a toy that makes use of what? Of two plane mirrors. So it's this one. Kaleidoscope also makes use of two plane mirrors. And the two plane mirrors, they inclined at each other at an angle of 60 degrees to each other. 60 degrees to each other. Kaleidoscope. The two plane mirrors used by the kaleidoscope inclined at 60 degrees to each other. Number 6. It can also be used as a dental mirror. It can also be used as a dental mirror, and it can also be used in solar cooker. Number 8. It can also be used in simple periscope. In simple periscope, because it can be used in simple periscope. Now for the simple periscope, it's also used two plane mirrors. Simple periscope also makes use of two plane mirrors, and at the same time they are 45 degrees to each other. 45 degrees to each other. Now these are the uses of plane mirrors. Now this is where I'm going to stop for this section. At the comment section, I want to give you an assignment. So let me know at the comment section. Let me know so at the comment section, give me one more use of this plane mirror. Let me have additional one more use of plane mirror. So it is either you give me one more use of plane mirror, additional one, or type one of the uses I gave you in the video. So let me have either you give additional one use of plane mirror, or you give part of the plane mirror uses I gave you in the video, so that I will know if you are following or not. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, and keep following us for more videos. Thank you very much. I remain Ishola David Blessing, popularly known as General David. Thank you.